G'day everyone, Grandma's Handbag, Dean, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you've all had a great Christmas. I'll show you some records and things in just a second. Firstly, welcome to all the new subscribers. I've had a bit of a bump and thank you so much for jumping on. I'm really humbled that people see something and want to subscribe, and yeah, hopefully you'll find something interesting on the journey. Anyway, why is it called Grandma's Handbag? Well, because you never know what you're going to find in there. Well, I'll give you two clues. It's generally music and the helper. The helper today, just a straight G&T. We got Star of Bombay. Oh, just loaded it with a bit of mint and copped some of that in my mouth. Star of Bombay. So this is like the fancier sister of Bombay Sapphire. Is it any different? Not really. It's slow distilled. There's an extra 0.5% of alcohol, 47.5, but I'll be honest, I just like the bottle. What can I say? It does make a tasty G&T though. Alright, let's hop into it. So, since the last video, there's been Christmas. I hope you guys have all received gifts, vinyl gifts from Santa and the likes. I didn't, but I did have a birthday a couple of weeks ago. And it was quite a big number that I don't want to share. But anyway, there was some vinyl. What we're listening to, Gregory Isaacs, was actually gifted to me by my cousin Lee. Thank you, Lee. Really going down a treat in this sweltering summer. I just thought I'd bring this to you on a, what is it today? Thursday the 27th. Hot stuff. We've just hit, close to 40 degrees Celsius. So what's that, 110? Nearly. It is hot. Reggae is the perfect cleanser for that, along with a gin and tonic. So yeah, first gift, Lee gave me that, and a couple of other vinyl gifts he gave me for my birthday as well. Travelling Wilburys. So this is actually the 2007 reissue, and to be honest, I haven't heard this press of it yet, but he knew our old family history that I was a big fan of this. The last copy I had was a bit warped, but this is a cracker. Nice heavy vinyl. Just be interesting to see how the reissue sounds compared to the original. And he gave me, I'll be honest here, this is my first AC/DC album. Triple LP live at River Plate. So this is a live 2011 or so. Yeah, look, tons of tracks. One whole side of Let There Be Rock. It is bound to be rocking. So yeah, can't believe it. Thank you, Lee. Thank you for that as well. One other gift from a good friend of mine, Christian. Christian, thank you very much. Christian and I used to be neighbours, and ever since we stopped being neighbours, we've been able to talk through YouTube and various things and catch up for music. So he gave me Michael Hedges' Aerial Boundaries. I really love that cover there. I don't know, there's something so calming about the evening clouds, pretty much from a plane, I'm assuming. But yeah, great cover. Windham Hill, so we're talking acoustic guitar here, and there's a little bit of bass and flutes, and some of the songs here are quite interesting because there is a cover of Neil Young's After the Gold Rush. So thank you, Christian. Really appreciate it. Now, as you saw, I'm theming this vinyl finds here. I didn't even mention that. Vinyl finds. I picked up a bunch of soundtracks over the past few months. Soundtracks and I don't generally get along compared to other areas of the collection. However, these generally presented good value and a good way to, I guess, explore a little more. So Really, really couldn't resist. Some of these were, $1, $2, and $3 each, so I'll jump in. The Wonder Years. So this has got, a mixture of classic 60s songs and some of the stuff from the late 80s. I was probably, I don't know when this came out, 89, 10 years old when this was on TV. So it holds a pretty warm place in my heart. There's a lot of nostalgia there, and it's built on nostalgia, this whole thing. Probably the perfect, better than the original. I'd have to say one of the few instances where it is, with a little help from my friends Joe Cocker. Incredible stuff there. Buffalo Springfield turn up on here. Yeah, okay, it's the late 80s. You get Debbie Gibson, Julian Lennon doing Ruby Tuesday, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Teach Your Children, Brown Eyed Girl and Will You Love Me Tomorrow. But look, it's just... had to bring that home, and believe me, my wife flipped when she saw this because she's a big fan of the show and said, "You're not selling that." I swear, I wasn't even thinking about it. So yeah, great to get the Wonder Years. Tour of Duty, another television show, but I'll call it a soundtrack. So this is all 60s psych rock and Vietnam War style songs that would have been played by the soldiers and vets then. Anyway, what a great track list. Baby Love, Here Comes the Night, We Gotta Get Out of This Place, Whiter Shade of Pale, Itchy Park, All Along the Watchtower, Time of the Season. I'm skipping them here. What's Going On? Time Has Come Today, The Chambers Brother, Ball and Chain, Ballad of Easy Rider. Fantastic track list. It's really something you can't leave behind. And that was a couple of bucks or so, so brought that right home. Here is $1. Very, very well spent. Keep on Wombling. I couldn't believe I saw this there. Now, I'm not hugely across the Wombles. I do remember watching them as a kid. We used to get quite a lot of BBC shows in Australia on our ABC. But the Wombles, I checked out. The rumour is that Chris Spedding turns up on here. Chris Spedding, who was he with the early Pistols? If he wasn't with them, he was definitely with John Cale and turns up a few other places. But look, lovely, lovely condition, apart from a seam split. And it's got there's a sample record not for sale thing on there. So it is an Australian press. Fairly rare for all of that, I think. But yeah, look, the Wombles. Most of it's written and sung by Mike Batt. The only other thing I know Mike Batt for was Caravans, a soundtrack from, I think, about the same year or so. So yeah, keep on wombling the Wombles. Very cool. Again, another one. This is definitely for the wife. I think $2 or $3. As Dan from Dots and Loops would say, shrinky. Breakdance. And yeah, look, how are you not going to pick that up there? There's that fantastic pure 80s stuff. On the dance and hip-hop fringe of things. Interestingly, this is actually a Philippines press. Yeah, really, really surprised to find that one. This sort of little sign up here tells you a little bit that it's Philippines. Anyway, I think this was called Breakin' in the US, breakdance, in a lot of other territories. And yeah, I'm not familiar. Look, as I said, a lot of movies, I'm not a big fan of movies. I find it hard to sit and watch a lot of them. If they don't grab me within 10 minutes, I'm out of there. I'm out. But the soundtracks are kind of a different proposition. I'm happy to sit there and listen. Like a good instrumental album can be a soundtrack to an imagined movie. So I'm okay with that part. But an actual movie, 90-minute investment of time, that's 2 records I could be playing there. So it's a harder proposition. Anyway, breakdance. Yeah, very interested to find that. American Gigolo. So I saw this had Giorgio Moroder on there. Obviously, Blondie's Call Me is the huge hit off here. Again, haven't seen the movie. Spun the record, and it wasn't grabbing me, to be honest. I was hoping there were maybe one track, maybe Night Drive or Seduction, the love theme at the end there, were a little more of the harder-edged Moroder I was expecting. You know, I Feel Loved on a Summer Style, you know, sequence synths and things, but otherwise it didn't really do a lot for me, sad to say. This one was a great score, and it's a bit of a cult Australian movie. Again, nothing I've ever seen before, but Highway 1, isn't that a fantastic cover? Can you see that there? So that's very reminiscent of an Australian beach summer scene, you know. So yeah, it's a surfing style movie, which was big. Surf culture was big in Australia in the 70s. You've got local acts on here. Skyhooks, you might know, I don't know. Old 55, the Dingoes, and probably the biggest person. Australia had their own Clapton, Richard Clapton, who's a guitar whiz. I don't know. He's probably better for his singing than his guitar compared to the other Clapton. But look, Richard Clapton has his fans here in Australia, that's for sure. This one's on the Infinity label. And look, it's not a bad album. It's kind of, you know, rootsy, Eaglesy type stuff. Very nice. Easy listening. Yeah, I just don't know that I'll ever see the movie, to be honest. Alright, a couple more to go here. Twilight Zone. Again, haven't seen the movie. We all know the theme for it anyway. But yeah, for $8, Jerry Goldsmith soundtrack, and I really had to give it a go. And look, yeah, not too bad. Quite a nice listen. Look, if you guys tell me as well, look, Dean, you really need to see the movie that goes with the soundtrack, let me know, and I'll do my best, honestly, because I might be missing something just listening to the record without the without watching the movie, some of the context or things like that. But at the same time, without the context, you actually get to hear some nice arrangements and movements, you know. Anyway, look, didn't blow me away, but still not a bad listen any which way. Now, I think this one might have been made... I'm just having a look, I can't even see. Not too sure, to be honest, whether this was made in Australia or overseas. Not telling me at the moment. But The Twilight Zone, the movie. So yeah, haven't seen the movie. If you think I need to, let me know in the comments below. I might even break my hoodoo, break my no horror rules for the next one if you guys recommend that I do it. Just, don't know, not a fan of horror movies, but I was a fan of this. Really good soundtrack. John Carpenter's The Thing, composed by Ennio Morricone. Yeah, look, paid a little bit secondhand for it, $15. Very interestingly though, this goes for quite some money. It's an original copy, and if you have a look down the bottom there, I don't know if you can see this. If it doesn't work out, I'll have a little visual, but export only, for sale outside continental United States only, Australia. So this is basically a US make and pressing that's then been stamped and allowed to be sold only in Australia. Fascinating stuff. It's on that rainbow MCA. Now I forget, someone said they didn't like the MCA rainbow from the late 70s and 80s. I see what they mean. It's not an amazing one compared to some of the others, but The Thing. Yeah, look, this one to me really stood up to listening on its own. Great writing, the suspense, you know, the theme in there. Just a really well written soundtrack. And this one for me, definite keeper. However, it's horror. Should I watch the movie here? You guys, let me know if I'm missing out on something by not watching the movies on these. In the meantime, though, yeah, look, that's it for this episode. Thank you, everyone, for checking back in. I hope you've had a fantastic Christmas and an even better New Year to come. I'll do my best to get back on before New Year's, because I've got a little teaser I want to do, because I want to get cracking into a top 100 records. So there could be a teaser video with lots of nerdy stats and things. I've got other finds videos to get going as well. So I really am looking forward to getting into 2019 with some more videos for all you guys. In the meantime, though, have a great time. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And take care. If I don't talk to you, have a great New Year's. Cheers. Bye-bye.